Hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and it is time for your monthly online card class. I've got some fun projects for you tonight, and we are going to get right into things once we give people a few minutes to jump in. So let me know if you are here. Hopefully you are staying warm in the middle of this polar vortex that is just seems to be capturing the entire country. So here in South Central Texas, we had snow on Tuesday, which is it is rare for us. And of course, the grandkids were thrilled as they can be. And my grandkids that are up in Virginia, man, they're having a lot of snow. And they're in Williamsburg, and they are just loving it. So yeah, but hopefully you are staying warm, at least when you're inside. Well, hopefully if you're outside, you're staying warm too. But if you're watching me, you are somewhere inside. And I'm just catching to see where I am online, making sure that I am on in the right place at the right time. You know, there's a bit of a lag with Facebook, so, oh, no, that is a previous video. Lord have mercy. Sometimes you just have to, and I'm working on my laptop to make sure that I can see what you can see. Okay, there I am. Sometimes you just gotta, I've refreshed the screen umpteen times, but, well, there you are. Okay. Well, hello there, Kathy and Kelly and Simone and Pam and Corinne. Oh, Simone, you've got cold there, and you're in Orlando, aren't you? So yeah, I saw some footage of Destin. We've been to the beach there, beautiful beaches, yeah, loads of snow. So it's a little crazy right now. But we are indoors, and we are going to get into some stamping fun tonight. So usually once a month, I bring you an online card class. So I have 3 cards we're going to make tonight. And you can earn card kits for all 3 of these. You can get 2 each of these 3 card kits with a $40 order. And that's through Monday with my host code. Now remember that if you bump your order up to $60, Stampin' Up! Is going to give you something for free. So let me show you what I'm going to feature tonight. And hopefully you have one of these Sale-a-Bration books. And hey, Linda, I'm so glad you are here. So let me know if you need one of these Sale-a-Bration brochures. Everything in this catalog is free. We are going to start tonight with this Friendly Seagulls, adorable stamp set. This is a cling rubber stamp set, totally free. Now, I am going to also use this greeting on a different card. Or no, I'm using it on this one. Because although these are super cute greetings, I wanted to make a birthday card. So I grabbed the happy birthday from here. These are casual fonts, work really well with the Friendly Seagull. So you can actually get both of these stamp sets with a $120 order. And you'll have a lot of fun images and some outstanding greetings. Now, let's move over here. I'm also going to be doing a card with this stamp set, Pick a Season. Lots of fun things. Yeah, we will get into that. And I'm using this beautiful seam binding ribbon in Fresh Freesia. That is also a free item you can get with your $60 order. The other item I'm using tonight is these purple adhesive backed sequins. So and I'm using this as well. Lots of free items I'm using. So I'm also going to be using this heart-shaped bundle. Now this had sold out, I think maybe a couple of days ago, and it is back in stock as of right now. So this is a hot commodity, and it's been super popular. This is a free bundle with a $120 order. So let's get to stamping. So actually, I'm going to start with this one. And let me show you what your card kit looks like. And I'm going to show you a couple of other projects. actually featured this bundle with my team meeting this month. I have a monthly team meeting on Zoom, and there's an optional card kit that you can get. And so this is the one that we did using these elements. All of these die cuts, you get in your kit. This one was our, well, actually we did 2 fun folds. And then I love this one because we stamped directly on the designer series paper. And then this one here. So this was my team meeting packet. So that is a perk for my team members. And it's an awesome kit that they have an option to get. And then we do, we've been having Kathleen, who lives up in the Austin area. She's been doing our presentation for this every month, and she's been doing an amazing job helping us understand the products we're using and kind of tips and tricks on maybe adapting your packet, or tips and tricks on how to best use the stamps or the bundle. Okay, let's get into this first card. Now I'm using, get all my bits out of here. I'm using this new embossing folder. This is from the spring catalog, and look how heavily detailed it is. It has this kind of canvasy look here. I think it's supposed to be like a palette knife. I think that might be the name of the embossing folder. Really cool. So I am using an all neutral color palette. So this is Crumb Cake, and I'm just going to lay this right down on top. I'm not using any dimensionals here. And this is an embossed piece. So this is how your card kit comes. It has all of these pieces. I'm working from a card kit exactly like you will get. This is one of the cards I'm featuring at my Saturday card class this Saturday. Now this designer paper, this is one of the wood grains from Country. Do I remember any of the names tonight? I don't seem to. Country Garden, no. Country something. That's in our annual catalog. And I do like to mix and match things, because the reality is most of us have items that we got earlier in the year, and we want to use them and mix them up with some of the new things. So that's what I'm doing here. Now I am going to take this little panel, and this is just a 4x3 piece of designer series paper, one of my favorite cuts for designer series paper, because you get absolutely no little scraps left over. You use every square inch of a piece of designer series paper when you do this 4x3. So it's a really useful cut. And then I did mat it on a 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. I tend to like my designer paper. Normally, I like to have a little mat around it. Hey, Cindy, I'm glad you're here, and thank you so much. I'm glad you like my designs. Now, I'm going to put this little guy here. Now, I want to tell you that when you get this bundle, this little guy is very delicate. And my top tips are, number one, you might have to use a little bit of a shim when you run this through in order to get it out of the die easily. So let me just show you. When you have a really intricate die like this, what will happen sometimes is when you go to pull it off, it's going to rip. You don't want that to happen. So you have a couple of choices. You can put, wax paper works great on this. And the other thing is just to, put a little bit of a shim, a little extra piece of paper in there. And Corinne has just told me Country Woods is this wood grain paper. There's all kinds of wood grain designs. They would all work great. Now, what I am going to use is my least favorite adhesive, but it is sometimes you just have to use it. Sometimes I just have to be brave and use it, and it tends to just get everywhere for me. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to dip this in. And the green glue and I, we have a love-hate relationship because it tends to just get everywhere for me. And I don't want that to happen. So I just need the tiniest little bit. And if I start squeezing it on there, I'm going to get it everywhere. And I don't want that. Okay, so that is going to go like so. Did I bring the embellishments over here? I think so. Okay, so there. Yes, you're right, Kimmy. This is a great mail card. So you could make this as a masculine Valentine, would be fabulous. And I am using, although I'm using crumb cake here, this is basic beige. So they look great together. Now, this little guy right here, this little tag die, this is part of the same bundle. So, and I decided to use this greeting just because I care. I think this also makes a great, if you know, again, you could make this into a Valentine. But I think that sometimes if you want to send a get well card or a thinking of you kind of card, to a man, you don't really want to send him, pink flowers. And I think about a lot of times when I just had a friend who lost a loved one. And, to me, right after it happens, obviously we send our condolences. We send them a sympathy card. But, it's after everybody has gone home and the service has been conducted and they're sorting through all the legal affairs. That's when it really begins to get hard, I think. And I think this is the kind of card, this is the kind of caring card that you can send somebody that is, it's, I just wanted to let you know that I care. Now, I am going to use a little bit of this ribbon on my original. You know what? Let me just change it up a little bit just to kind of make it a little bit more masculine. And see where we get on. That could kind of change things up a little bit. I'm going to use dimensionals, but I want to use my minis. These, you can tell, are from a paper pumpkin kit. Ay. Well, once they stick together, they are not coming apart. Thankfully, we get a lot of them. So yeah, these colors. And I think the other thing I like about this for masculine is the textures. This really heavy texturing here and the wood grain. And then even this little tag, it's got some little rounded edges, but it's not overly like froofy. It's not too girly. And I did offset my greeting because I wanted to add just a little ribbon knot right there. So let me grab. On my original, I used this new petal pink ribbon that is the scalloped ribbon from our new mini catalog. It is beautiful. But I am going to, just to kind of show you another way to do this, this is the basic beige ribbon. And let's just keep going with the all neutral color palette. To me, petal pink is pretty neutral. But if you're going to go a little bit more on the masculine side, you could just do this. And I probably, on my original, I also have these dots. I would just leave them off if I was going to make this a masculine card. You see, that just has that little bit of texture there and nothing else. Now, I could add, there are some gold ones that are part of this. So I definitely could add those. And what I like about these, they're actually called low profile dots. They're really, really flat. So I could add the gold ones, but I think I'm just going to, honestly, I'm just going to leave it. That's the other thing I find if you are wanting to do a masculine design, I like to keep the embellishments simple. And I like to use them sparingly. Because, yeah, we like all the bling and but the guys, they just, it tends to start looking feminine in my view if you start adding a lot of embellishments. So I'm just going to go like that. And there is my masculine version of my original. So the nice thing is you can just adapt it to your use. Oh, I'm glad you like this. Now, Corinne says she's having a hard time making a sympathy card for my sister-in-law's family. Oh, because she passed away. I'm so sorry for your loss, Corinne. honestly, this is the kind of card that would be perfect, you know, and you can make it a little bit, you know, you can make it a little bit more girly. And yeah, I mean, I will say, although I think you're finding it hard because you're emotional, but I find in my experience, it's very therapeutic. When you do sympathy cards for someone that you really, you know, was dear to you that's passed away, I find it's very therapeutic. So that is card number 1. And I have no idea where I put the... Hey, Gail, welcome from Virginia. I think you guys are having a lot of snow. I was telling them earlier, talking earlier about my grandkids are in Williamsburg, and they have been loving all the snow, having a great time with it. Okay, next up, we are going to use that friendly seagull. He is so cute. But we're going to make a little girl seagull. So we went a little masculine on the last card, and we're going to go a little feminine on this one. So I'm going to start with the stamp set. That would be a good place to start. Do I have it over here? No, I do not. Okay, let me grab the stamp set because I want to show you. Well, I think it is over here. Let me just keep looking for a minute. Well, what we will do, these are the ones I'm using. I'm going to use I'm using the seagull that has the French fries in the mouth. And I'll probably find the stamp set once I'm done. Let's see, here we go. So if you look, you've got this one that's kind of talking loudly. And this one that's just kind of, hey there. And then this one that's got French fries, but we're going to make this into a little girl and give her some flowers. So you can see that I'm using a very bright, cheery color palette. I'm using Petunia Pop. This is one of our newer in colors. And I'm going to pair it with Granny Apple Green and a little lemon lime twist. Oh, I cut that wrong. That's going to need to be cut down a little bit. This is one of the designs from the Refreshed Beauty, I think is what it's called. It's the one I did it was the special release paper from December, and it was, I did a craft along with it, and I really love. So this is one of the recolored papers that Stampin' Up! Did, and it's really cool. I love the colors, and to me, things have to make sense. So to me, this looked a little bit like driftwood, but in bright colors. So I thought it would work perfect. Now you could turn this over too, and you know what? I think I will for this one. That way you can decide which one you like better. Because when you get your card kit, you get the paper and everything. It's all trimmed and ready for you. And then you can do whatever you want with it. And you could use whatever stamp set you want. You may have this exact stamp set. You may want to use something different. Now, there's some really cute little background stamps in this as well. So there are... this is like pebbles, and this is the little seashells that I'm going to use, and then you have these little fish, which I almost used, and then of course you have the French fries, or as the Brits and the Europeans say, the chips, although I think the Australians say it too. But I wanted to take this little one with the seashells, and I'm just going to make a little border along here, tone on tone. So I'm just going to go 3 across. Now, if I were not in quite as big a rush as I am because I'm online, you know what? I will just do it anyway. This would make a super cute card for anybody young or young at heart. I think that this is just adorable, and it just has a youthful look to it. So I'm thinking this for a granddaughter, or maybe a niece that's in college, or somebody like that would be a good recipient for this card. Now, aha. I need to be able to clean this so I don't get it everywhere. Okay. Now, here's my original. I'm going to just flip this over, the same piece of designer series paper, for a different look. Now you can see this time I have peach pie. It's going to be great. It's just going to be a different look, and you can decide which one you like better. We'll put it up for a vote. I have a feeling we'll have some who like the green and some who like the peach. Okay, that is there. Now, I have, this is my, well, where's all my other little bits? Well, which one did I take it out of? I should have my little piece of white. Well, I'm feeling a little discombobulated. What did I do with it? Okay, let's get all these bits ready to go while I'm looking for my die. You know, did anybody see it? Usually y'all tell me where it is. Whoopsie, I know I'm not. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Okay. Okay, Kathy's liking the peach pie better. Okay. It's going to brighten things up considerably. Okay, let's take our little seagull. I don't want to get ink on that ribbon. And let's get her inked up really well. And you can see how she is such a cute little bird. Now, make sure I inked her up well. Oh yeah, she's coming out just perfect. A little bit heavy on the black on the feet, on the legs, but that's okay. Now I'm going to use the Happy Birthday from the other stamp set. This is from the one that has the big congrats and the party hat and everything. Okay. Actually, you know what? Probably make that party hat, cut it out, and put it on top of the bird. That might look really cute. We'll save that for another time. Okay. Now, I want to make sure that this dries really well. So what I'm going to do, well, actually, it should be okay. I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo, and I'm just going to color these little bands on the wings, and that to me makes it a girl seagull. Oh, I just got out of lines. Oh well. It is handmade, so we won't worry about going out of lines. And then I'm going to bring my peach pie in, and I'm going to do the beak, and that's what's going to be really good, that it ties in with my designer paper, and I'm going to do the feet. Okay, Corinne's liking the peach pie better too. Okay, now I'm going to pop her up on dimensionals, and this is where the kind of little bit of magic comes in here. I hope I haven't lost my little flower. I have a tiny little flower, and that is what I need. Ay, 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 Candy, where did you put it? Ah, there it is. Okay. So that is what's going to be needed to transform my chips that are in my little bird's mouth. So let's just kind of offset it because we want this to be a little bit quirky, a little bit fun. Now, this is a flower. You know, we have these in a whole lot of different die sets. This particular one is from the Country Birdhouse. And this is going to go on the end right there so that it looks like it's a little flower. And these look like stems instead of French fries. So I thought it worked really cute. Now I'm using the darkest of these sequins, but any of them work, to be honest. And you'll notice this super cute pokey tool. These are going free to all of my Stamp Club members this month. So even if you're just joining this month, I am giving free pokey tools, handmade pokey tools. And they're really awesome. A friend of mine makes them, part of my team. So this is looking really cute and really bright. I am going to take a little piece of this fresh freesia seam binding ribbon. It ties so beautifully. I love it when you guys are giving me opinions because that tells me what you're liking. I like to collaborate on designs. I think it's just a fun way to stamp. So let's bring this down just a wee bit more. Okay. Alrighty then. So when I finish tonight, I am going to the post office with a bunch of stuff that needs to go out, and I'm actually going to the gym still tonight. Now look at that. Is that not adorable? I think these seagulls are really, really cute, and I think they're a must-have. You could use any greeting below this. This one is from the Day to Celebrate stamp set. I mean, there are some really nice greetings there. See, I'm just wondering, this can be a megaphone or a party hat, and I'm just wondering if it's the right size to go on one of these seagulls. But we will try that another day. So here is 1 and 2. Made with exactly the same supplies. All we did was we changed around the designer series paper. Okay. And we might be able to do that on the last card too. Let's see. Now remember, these are card kits. You can get 2 each of the 3 cards I am designing. You do get a tutorial with each of these, a written tutorial with all the measurements and everything. Of course, you're having the demonstration now, and that is through Monday with this host code. Okay, so this is where we're going next. This is that Pick a Season stamp set. Now, what's really cool about this is that you've got in your tree, you can put Easter eggs, you can put flowers, you can put shamrocks, and you can put hearts. So I think we've got Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Mother's Day, done. Done and dusted. Of course, you can use these for all kinds of different occasions. And there are no greetings with this. So I pulled in Wonderful Thoughts. I am using this for my my craft along next week. So next Thursday night is craft along, and I will be making 7 projects. Many people have ordered the kit ahead of time so they can craft along in real time with me, or they can craft along with the recording. But everybody can watch for free. So it's going to be fun. This is the stamp set that I'm using, some fabulous greetings. This is one of the best. If you are doing Thinking of You, sympathy, I'll listen to your silence when words are just too much. That is one of the most caring greetings I've seen. It's okay to fall apart. I'm still here for you. I mean, my heart will always be tied to yours. And then you've got congrats. You know, there's a lot of general greetings as well. I love this stamp set. At one time it was a bundle. It no longer is. It has these fabulous, fabulous dies. You get a couple of general hearts, which are really nice. I like this little heart. This little flower is really useful. You get a couple of kind of general tags, but the dies really hug the stamps, and I'll let you see what that looks like when we go to create this card. Okay, now here is my original bright, cheery, very fresh and springy. And this, oh, I didn't even mention, this is the Designer Series paper that's also free with Sale-a-Bration that we are using tonight, and we could flip it over, and we just might do that. So let's see how we get on, and we will think about it. Let's do the stamping first, and then we will do the Designer Series paper last. I have a feeling on this one we're going to want to keep it with all the yellow. Okay, now this tree, the way I like to do it is I'm going to start with the trunk because I want to have enough room at the top to run my my ribbon across. So I want to put my tree all the way down at the bottom. You could add some grass, and maybe we will tonight just for kicks, just to kind of show. And I'm using pecan pie. I want this to be a springy tree, so I don't want anything too dark. If you don't have pecan pie, I think you could easily take early espresso and stamp it off for a lighter color. I think crumb cake would be a little bit too light. If you have some of the old colors, soft suede would work great. Okay, now we are going to do the leaves. The leaves are a little bit tricky. So I'm using Shy Shamrock, which is a fabulous green for spring. This is another one of our in colors, most recent in colors. And close that up so I don't get it everywhere. Let's see. Now this is the tricky part. You want to line up here, here, and here for your tree. And that looks about right there. It's going to be good enough for government work. And there we go. It's a little off to the side. That's okay. It's going to be fine. I could always add like a butterfly there or something if I was really, if I felt like it needed something different. Now what I could add to this one that I didn't do on my first one, and I think I will just grab the stamp and do it, is I'm going to add this little grass. I think it'll fit on this block. Oh yeah, look how tiny that is. Let's just add a little bit of grass and add a little bit of extra green. This Shy Shamrock really, really brightens things. So I think just a little bit of extra, looks pretty cute. I like it. Okay, I struggled with what color flowers I really should do, and I settled on keeping, this is the piece of paper I really wanted to use. There's a little bit of Shy Shamrock here, a lot of Daffodil Delight, a little bit of Peach Pie. So there's so much yellow here, but I did find that when I put Daffodil Delight here, it was a little bit pale. So crushed curry is like a deeper version of Daffodil Delight, and I think it works perfect for the flowers here. Oh, Gail likes the green. Yay. Okay. So that little extra pop of color, I think, is going to be a good thing. Now, where did my, oh, there we go. This is how I get myself in trouble. Okay. Now, one of the other things I like to do with this stamp is, this set, I'm going to ink this up. This is my crushed curry. And where is my, oh, here we go. Look at what I did. So I'm going to take this the little flower, and I'm going to really use that as my guide. And I'm going to angle it so that it fills in the circle without, see, they're not perfect circles, and I got that a little bit off. Ay, ay, ay. Don't do what I say. But I think more than anything, what you want is you don't want them to all be the same. If you do them, if you just kind of go all like this, it looks kind of funky. So I like to vary this. And when I'm not talking, it comes out better. Okay, so I've got my yellow flowers all through my tree. And then what I want to do, couple of things. Here we go. I'm going to wink a Stella my flowers. Now, be mindful that when you do this, it's going to darken your ink because it's going to muddy it. It's going to almost be like a little, like a watercolor brush, but it's going to give you just a little bit of sheen, and I like that it's darkening my flowers just a little bit. So that's working well for me. Okay, now I am going to blow on that just a little bit. I'm going to, I could mat this like so, or I could use a larger piece of Shy Shamrock, but honestly, I felt like I wanted just a little bit to peek out. So both of these are 4x3 pieces, and I'm just going to offset this so that I have a little bit of it peeking out on all four sides, but not a whole lot, okay? So that is going to be, now, I have my Daffodil Delight card base, and this is one of the things I like to do in my classes is give you lots of different colors of card bases. I mean, honestly, it looks pretty cool just like that. Now, this is my original plan. I could flip it over. Yeah, it didn't work. It worked on the other two cards, not on this one. If I had done the flowers in peach pie, it might work, but not for this one. And I think also this is a really bold, clear, bright, and this is very soft and muted. So to me, that is just not going to work. Okay, we're going to change this up a tiny bit as we go. So let's go ahead and put this down. And then I wanted to really kind of maximize the yellow. So let's do it so that my white is straight. And I know my tree is off just a little bit. I think I have a fix for that. There's a gold and silver trim. I think it's an online exclusive. It might be in the annual. Can't remember. I'm trying to keep up with it all like everybody else. I'm just thrilled we have so many awesome products. But trying to remember exactly where they originate is sometimes, well, I just have to look at my catalog. So this is the gold. There is a gold and silver. And obviously with all this yellow, the gold is going to be a better fit. You could make a teeny tiny bow if you wanted to. But I'm just going to do a little knot. Now you could bump this up. You can bring it wherever you want. You could bring it all the way up to the top, but that's why I left that little gap there. I wanted to run, instead of placing my tree higher, I wanted that ribbon to run across. Oopsie. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I figured out just the ticket. These is, in my card club this month, we are using these tiny bee trinkets. And I think that is going to be just the ticket. I love it. Oh, Kathy, I'm so glad you like my cards. Thank you. And I have to tell you, I had to kind of work with this stamp set. This was, to me, kind of like the most intimidating of the stamp sets. Because it's not one that I would naturally be drawn to. It's kind of that bold graphic-y look is a little bit stark for me. But once I started using it, I was like, okay, I can dig this. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, there's two ways you can do this, and I'm just going to break down and use my green glue. You can either use a bit of green glue on this, or you can use a mini glue dot. But I will tell you, our mini glue dots are a little bit large. So what I've been doing is sometimes the mini glue dots from an old paper pumpkin kit are small, and they're just right. Okay. So that is going to need to dry. And then, we have our greeting. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, except I didn't bring the cardstock over here. Okay, let me get my little strip. So remember I told you that this is the greeting set, and I'm just using this little hello. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little piece of yellow scrap. This is Daffodil Delight. Now, personally, you could do this with black. I think it would be too stark. So I am going to stamp on the Daffodil Delight with the Shy Shamrock. And that is going to be a little bit more muted, a little bit softer, which is exactly what I want, because my tree is really what I want people to focus on. And my green ink pad is, there you are. Shy Shamrock was being a little shy, hiding from me. Okay, so now I don't want to get ink on this, so let's move this over here. Okay, so I'm going to go here. Now, this is the way I do it for my card class. Instead of having all the dies out, I've just got my little, this is the one I need, so I put it on a little strip of magnet sheet, and that keeps it from kind of flying around and getting lost. So let me clear the decks here a little bit. And let's get the mini machine. And you will see the magic of this Wonderful Thoughts is the name of the stamp set. And I can give you the item numbers, but it's in the main catalog. And I think it's a must-have. If you're a greetings, if you really like greetings, it's a must-have. People say, "Oh, I already have greetings." Now these are pretty special greetings. So this is what I'm going to recommend. And here we go. Now, when you do this, these dies really, really hug the words. So I'm going to live dangerously, and I'm going to just go with it. And hopefully I won't have to redo it. So, well, it's already moving on me. Let me get up here where you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's hug my hello. And then, let's see, bring it down just a little bit. I could just put a little piece of washi on there, but again, I'm just going to be lazy here. And you know what? I'm going to put that washi tape on there. Let's see. I've seen a little bit of washi right close by. And this is just going to, when you're doing something that's this tight, I can get it right. And then as soon as I put the plate on it, it's going to make it shift. So let's just not live dangerously, Candy, and let's just get it done right. I think it may still have to be done, but I'm hoping that will do the trick. Okay. Did I put the right plate in there? I think I did. Yes. Now, I will say you kind of have to be a little careful with that washi, but look at how tight. I mean, I am not one of those people who likes cutting around my words. I like the look. I don't want to have to mess with it. So this, to me, is a perfect set of dies because I don't have to do that. And let's put this back here. And what I thought I might do, on my original, I did it flat. But I think I'm going to try to pop this up on some little scraps of mini dimensionals. Let's see if I can make it happen. Let's see. Mini dimensionals. You know what? I'm just going to go with, this is what I can lay my hand to quickly. Let's see if I can cut that and just pop that up. Now I want to show you something that we did here. Will I get it? Oh, yep. Okay. Going to give it a little bit of lift. I think I'm going to like it. That little oh yeah. Oh, it does make a difference. Okay. So let me show you, even though we did everything the same on these two cards, There is a little difference. And just to show you, so when I stamped this tree, I got it right in the center. When I stamped this tree, it's a little over to the left. So to balance it, I brought in this tiny bee trinket. And then it looks, then you don't look at that and go, oh, it's too far over. I will say I really like this popped up versus this that's flat. It's a tiny detail, but you know, that's kind of what we really love with our handmade cards, just those little tiny details that make a big difference. So these are the card kits that you can earn for free with your $40 order. If you bump it to $60, of course, you're going to get a Sale-a-Bration item. And these are the card kits. This is your, there's your host code. This is through Monday. Now, if you're one of my Saturday card class people, these are 3 of the designs that we are doing on Saturday. So you are ahead of the game. You will go to the head of the class because you have already done, you've already seen the demonstration. So these are quick and easy. They're made special with these beautiful, beautiful Sale-a-Bration products. So, oh, I'm glad you like the bee, Kathy. I think they're just really sweet little embellishments. So the paper is free with Sale-a-Bration. I think it's Bloom Impressions. This is Pick a Season stamp set that's free with Sale-a-Bration. Here we have 2 stamp sets that are free with Sale-a-Bration. The seagulls, friendly seagulls, and this is something the day. Day to celebrate. And then last but not least, the something heart. So this is a bundle you can get for free. That is my Sale-a-Bration item there. So Estella, you like the bee and grass card. Okay. You like these bold colors. I mean, it is bold, isn't it? Really bold, but I think it's so cheery. And I do think, I don't know about you, but I got sick on December the 26th, and I'm still I'm at almost totally, but I'm still not 100%. And everybody I know has either been sick, they are sick, or they have somebody in their family that's sick. This is a really nice card to send somebody who's been sick, I think. Not to get well, but holy cow, look at all that cheeriness. And you could easily, I love, and I got this idea from a friend of mine, Janet Holmes. Taking these little French fries and making them into basically stems by putting a flower on them. And then it can be a get well, it can be a happy birthday, whatever you want. And then we're going very kind of neutral and elegant for the girls or for the guys. So Gail, I'm so glad you like my cards. And don't forget, I am from sweetstamper.com. That's my blog, and you can find everything that you need there. And there's my host code. That is through Monday at shopwithcandy.com. Don't forget, you get free Sale-a-Bration items with $60 purchase. I will be here. Oh, I've gone way over time. I will be here next Thursday for Craft Along with my paper shares. Well, actually product shares. So it's paper. It was paper, ribbon, and embellishments. That's what I'm taking to the post office tonight at the airport. Those are going out tonight so that they will be in people's hands and be ready to go for next Thursday. I will see you then. In the meantime, take care, stay warm, and God bless.